In the year 636 CE, on the windswept plains near the Yarmouk River, one of the most decisive battles in human history unfolded. Two great forces stood face to face. On one side was the mighty army of the Byzantine Empire, heirs of Rome, veterans of countless wars, numbering in the tens of thousands. On the other stood the soldiers of Islam, fewer in number, yet bound by faith, discipline, and trust in Allah. This was the Battle of Yarmouk, a battle that would change the destiny of the Middle East forever. After the passing of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the Muslim community faced immense trials. Yet under the leadership of the rightly guided caliphs, the Ummah remained united. During the Caliphate of Umar ibn al-Khattab, the Muslim armies moved north from Arabia into the lands of Syria. These lands were controlled by the powerful Byzantine Empire, ruled by the Emperor Heraclius. Alarmed by the rapid victories of the Muslims, Heraclius gathered one of the largest armies the region had seen in decades. Their goal was clear: crush the Muslim armies in Syria and drive them back into the desert. The Muslim forces were commanded by some of the greatest companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him. Among them were Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah, the overall commander, and the brilliant general Khalid ibn al-Walid. Khalid, known as Saif Allah al-Maslul, the sword of Allah, had already proven himself to be one of the most skilled military minds of his time. When the Muslim armies realized the Byzantines were advancing with overwhelming numbers, they made a strategic decision. Instead of being defeated in separate battles, they would unite. They withdrew and regrouped at the plains near the Yarmouk River. Here, the final confrontation would take place. The Byzantine army was vast. Many historians estimate their numbers to be several times larger than the Muslim force. They included heavy infantry, armored cavalry, archers, and soldiers from many different regions of the empire. Yet the Muslim army had something powerful that numbers alone could not match: unity, discipline, and a deep conviction that victory and defeat are both in the hands of Allah. Khalid ibn al-Walid reorganized the Muslim army with remarkable precision. He divided the forces into mobile units, creating reserves that could respond quickly wherever the line weakened. This flexibility would become the key to victory. For several days, the battle raged. The Byzantines launched wave after wave of attacks. At times, the Muslim lines were pushed back. Dust storms swept across the battlefield. Swords clashed, arrows filled the sky, and the sound of battle echoed across the valley. But each time the line faltered, Khalid's mobile guard struck back, stabilizing the front and pushing the enemy away. One of the most remarkable aspects of the battle was the courage of the companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him. Men who had been raised upon the teachings of Islam, who believed firmly in the promise of Allah. Among them were warriors who had fought in earlier battles, such as Badr and Uhud. Their resolve strengthened the entire army. Even the women in the camp played a role, encouraging the fighters and refusing to let them retreat. Finally, Khalid saw his opportunity. He launched a massive coordinated cavalry attack against the Byzantine flank. The maneuver broke their formation. Panic began to spread through their ranks. The Muslim cavalry pressed the advantage, driving the Byzantine forces toward the ravines near the Yarmouk River. What had begun as a contest of endurance turned into a decisive victory. The Byzantine army collapsed. The Battle of Yarmouk marked the end of Byzantine control over much of Syria. Soon after, cities such as Damascus and Jerusalem came under Muslim rule. For the Byzantine Emperor Heraclius, the defeat was devastating. According to historical reports, as he left Syria, he is said to have lamented, "Farewell, Syria. What a beautiful land you are for the enemy. From a Sunni Muslim perspective, the victory at Yarmouk was not simply a military triumph. It was a moment that demonstrated the strength of faith, unity, and leadership among the early Muslims. Under the just rule of Umar ibn al-Khattab, the newly liberated lands were governed with justice and protection for their diverse communities. The battle also solidified the reputation of Khalid ibn al-Walid as one of the greatest military commanders in history. Yet the companions themselves never attributed victory to their own strength. They believed it came only by the will and help of Allah. The plains of Yarmouk are quiet today, but nearly 14 centuries ago, they witnessed a turning point that reshaped the history of the Middle East and the Islamic world. A battle where courage met strategy, where a smaller force stood firm against a mighty empire, and where faith, perseverance, and unity changed the course of history. This was the Battle of Yarmouk. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about the great moments of Islamic history, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below and let us know what historical event or story you would like to see next. And if you found this video beneficial, share it with others so more people can learn about the history and legacy of the early Muslims. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. In the year 636 CE,